So now the next thing I want to do is start animating all my assets. And now that I've done the names of the event, I want to start from the ground information backwards. So I'm going to start from this sponsor lower third line. They will pop up. And I'm also doing it as a trick as well. So let me show you the trick. So I'm also doing it as a trick as well, so that by the time these ones are coming up, we don't see this wonky looking, because it wasn't designed for these parts to be cleanly drawn or designed or illustrated, right? So I need to bring these guys up first so that they cover or conceal that back. So these are little, solutions you come up with. So here, Cocky Girl Speaker, get your tickets now. Sponsor logos go here. I don't even need this one because they can just put the logos here. It's not ticket bars. So let's see. Let's see. How do I want to approach this? So I'm thinking. So because here's another thing. Like I said, because I have these. Let me just turn on my layers back. Now, because I have. Hmm, so because I have null objects, right? I could decide to animate the null object instead, and then do any finishing touch on that. But because I want each object to have its own movement and I want to like offset them a bit, that's why I'm not doing that pattern. But I could have easily just brought them up little by little. So for now, the null objects are going to act like they're just there in case I need them. So let's see. So another thing I could also do is, for example, things like get your tickets. This one, let me parent it to the tickets bar. So the reason I'm doing that is so that if I move this, the ticket bar, the ticket information also follows it along. So I'm making sure it's stuck to that. So what I'm going to do now is, do I need scale? Yeah, let me just do scale and position just in case. So I'm doing scale and position at the end. I'm also doing scale and position at the beginning. So for these ones, I'm not going to do a bounce movement. So if you notice in the upper animations, I have something like a bounce where it comes out. First of all, the motion is going to be there. So for the top animation, let me just go back up. So for the top logos, it came out, overshot, bounced back, and then settled. I'm not doing that in this particular instance. What I'm going to do is that these ones now, they are popping up from the bottom. They're going to land. They're going to pop up in a way, rise up. So I'm still going to give it that vibe of rise up, overshoot, and then settle in. But I'm not going to do it in a 4-step. I think I'm just going to do this for 3 steps and call it a day. So here, okay. So this is where it's going to get tricky, because if I want to move it higher up, I see that I've sort of messed that up with this Photoshop thing. So let me just go back into my Photoshop. So the beautiful thing with Photoshop to After Effects is because if you go back to, you notice when you import after your Photoshop files, it still comes with the Photoshop files. So one good thing is that if you go inside your Photoshop and make a correction, so for example, this is the issue we're facing. This bar is too short, right? If I raise this thing up, this bar is going to show this cross line, and I don't want that. So what I want to do is I'm going to increase this guy a bit so that when I raise the bar, quote unquote, I can. So let me just show you. So that when I raise the bar, I still have white. So now when I save this, now that I've saved this file, Watch what happens in After Effects. It's updating the Photoshop. As you can see, it's already updating the files. Boom, it has updated this one. Now, of course, because of how it was created, I will need to come back to just arrange this guy again. So let me just go in here. Let me lower this guy a bit. Okay, I think that was a little too much. Almost there. Yeah, right. So you see now I can raise the file without losing my white space. So that's one of the things I love about it.